Hey viewers and viewers, my name is General Red Strategist and welcome back to another podcast episode of Say Being Hunted. So, back here on our usual map of course, which I'm slowly clearing out the device pieces on, bit by bit, even though I'm not really aiming to actually do a proper playthrough here. But, hope you guys are all doing well. It's a weekend as when I record, a nice Saturday, and I've been meaning to actually have a bit of a recording session today, I've just not yet got around to it. But here we are, I'm going to be doing a bit of Sir, and I'm probably going to be recording a few other things as well. I'm thinking a bit of Danganronpa for a start. Could be good to record in this particular session, because I could do with really pushing a bit further ahead in that game. And as well as that, I also need to actually figure out which game I'm going to be doing as my next series, since Beyond Good and Evil 20th Anniversary Edition. As of today, when I record this, that series has now come to a close, which is it's been really good. Beyond Good and Evil 20th Anniversary Edition, it hasn't garnered a lot of views on the channel, but I would sort of recommend, if you're interested, it's worth a look. Because it's been a real good remaster of that original game. Just been very, very fun overall. So it is well worth a look, like I said. So if you haven't done so, go check the series out. The graphics are really lovely. I like some of the new soundtracks. The way they've kind of remastered some of them. And on top of that, there's a little bit of new content linking into Beyond Good and Evil 2, which is fantastic. I've not got room for this. What am I doing? I need to friggin' move shit around. If only there was a button in Surrey that could insta-sort out your inventory. God dang it, what am I going to get rid of here? Well, you know what? I've got an idea. If I can just take bottles, get them off in that direction. There we are. There. Just move shit. I've got all this friggin' revolver ammo as well that I don't really need, but hey, what am I doing with it? Yeah, put that there. Gosh darn it. Are I going to take this now? Yes, I can. There we go. Some clever inventory management managed to work for me. But yes, that's not the main topic of conversation though. Beyond Good and Evil 20th Anniversary Edition. It's not really one to discuss. But the thing is, I have several ideas for games I want to play on the channel. I just need to friggin' decide which one I'm actually doing and all that. But I'm sure I'll make a decision. I'm tempted to do an older game, to put it that way, because I have a few old, like 2003-ish sort of games in my Steam library that I've wanted to play for a while. Well, one's in my Steam library and other like disc copies that I want to try out and see if I can get them working on my PC. So I'm thinking we could very well end up playing something a little older, ladies and gents, for something a bit of interesting. I don't know. We'll see. Then again, I do need to get to Metro Exodus at some point, but that may not be for a little while. Who knows? But in the meantime, as you can probably tell from the title of the video, actually I had something else on the brain. Something I really wanted to talk about. And yes, as you'll have seen from the title of the video, I'm talking about ASMR today, ladies and gentlemen. Surprised I've never really talked about it before, actually, on the channel. Of course, if you don't know what ASMR is, it's that whole, it's that thing people apparently get, where it's like certain sounds. If they sort of, it's like a lot of ASMR people on YouTube always use kind of the, they have like the specific microphone where it has like the sort of plastic ears on it, and the microphones are always really sensitive to noises. And you've probably seen ASMR content on YouTube before where you have sort of a presenter, someone, and they're usually whispering in this very low, almost seductive kind of way. Like that, kind of. And then they do all sorts of weird things. Like it might be they sort of tap their fingers on the microphone, or they, I don't know, have little objects that they sort of make little noises with. Maybe like tapping a little box or crinkling a plastic packet, something like that. Because the whole idea is that certain people get those kind of ASMR triggers, don't they? Where that kind of sound gives them the tingles sort of down the spine or whatever. And it makes them feel really relaxed. And I'll be honest, for a long time, I never really sort of understood ASMR myself. I think probably because it's very subjective. As in, some people don't get it. And other people who probably do get it might not necessarily get it from the same thing that other people do. But, as you'll tell from the title of the video, I have finally got to a point where I think I actually understand ASMR. I understand that feeling, because recently I think I've discovered something that actually does give me what I guess you would call ASMR triggers. And I know there's a bit of a joke on the internet. It's like, oh, ASMR, clearly a sex thing, right? And to be honest, I mean, I've made that joke myself a lot about people who do get ASMR. Not trying to be mean. I'm just giving a bit of a ribbing, that's all. But no, I think I've finally discovered something that actually does give me an ASMR trigger, and now I feel like I can no longer make fun of people who do have ASMR. So basically for me, recently on YouTube, out of kind of nowhere, I can't actually remember how it sort of came up. I think it might have just been something that YouTube randomly recommended to me. But, you know, there's lots of obviously ASMR YouTubers, and, you know, all their videos, it's like every single video they usually do like a role play. So like some of them will do a role play where it's like they're giving you a medical exam, or, you know, they're giving you a haircut, something like that. Which of course usually sort of determines the type of props and things that they use. Well, recently, YouTube, for whatever reason, the algorithm decided to recommend a YouTube video, ASMR video. I forget the name of the channel, but essentially it was this. So it was this Chinese girl, this Chinese lady, who was basically doing an ASMR roleplay, which was she gives you, the viewer, a Chinese-style ear cleaning, which sounds kind of gross, not going to lie, but out of sort of, I guess, like a morbid curiosity, or like a sort of, I don't know what the word would be, kind of, you know, where there's something that kind of sounds like it's going to be a bit gross, but out of a weird fascination, you just can't help but look at it. Is there a word for that? There probably is. Probably is a term for it, but that kind of thing, basically. I basically clicked onto it out of morbid curiosity, and I ended up watching the whole thing. And oh my god, I think I've just discovered what my own subjective ASMR trigger is. It's fucking ear cleaning, of all bloody things. It was just something about, oh god, like, because what she did was, she had like a load of tools, I guess like traditional Chinese ear cleaning and massage tools, so like little brushes and then like little ear scoop things, and she would basically sort of do it where she goes towards, you know, each of these sort of fake ears on the microphone, and she would just like lightly scrape this pick along them. And of course, when you've got your eyes closed and you sort of sat back in your chair relaxing, oh god, yeah, I actually felt for the first time that sort of ASMR tingle down my spine that you're supposed to get, and yeah, I find it really relaxing. And seriously, you know, in case anyone's wondering, no, there wasn't anything sexual about it, it was just genuinely relaxing. And I'm not joking, as I sort of sat there, just with my eyes closed, listening to it, I actually started to feel sleepy. Genuinely, it like relaxed me so much that I started to feel drowsy. And of course, because I watched that video, YouTube's algorithm then ended up basically suggesting a load of others to me, and it was basically the same thing. ASMR ear cleaning roleplay videos, and it's just like, all of them I watched, I basically ended up getting the same feeling of just hyper relaxation. It's so weird why something like that, of all things, would make me feel that way. I don't know. It's very, very strange, but I'm curious to know, any of you guys out there watching this, any ASMR lovers out there, and if so, what is it for you that kind of gets that trigger for yourselves? Because the thing is, there are other types of ASMR, I guess, sort of content on YouTube that I have watched before, which don't really give me that same... They're relaxing, I'll give them that, but they don't give me like tingles down the spine, or they don't make me feel sort of sleepy. Like a favourite one that I sometimes just like to listen to while I'm maybe doing a bit of work. If you search on YouTube for sort of ASMR like train ride, something like that. You can find ones where it's kind of like it's like you're in a sleeper compartment on a train at night, and the train's just like moving along the tracks. And so usually what it does is these kind of videos, they'll have like the sort of low kind of sounds of the train, the sounds of obviously like the wheels going over the tracks, things like that, just very low in the background and sort of indistinct. And it's obviously very like it's like a murmuring sound, very repetitive. And then usually what they also might do is they might do it so that the interior of the sleeper car that it's in is very cozy looking, with sort of like, you know, soft lighting, maybe like very sort of soft kind of comfortable looking bed sheets on the sleeper compartment bed. And then usually what they'll also do is what you can see outside of the sleeper car window will usually be sort of quite dark, and it'll be like rainy. So also, apart from the sounds of the train, you also get that very low, soft kind of muffled patter of rain on the windows. And something about that that is something weirdly that I can sort of listen to for a while. It doesn't make me sleepy, but it does relax me a bit. And sometimes, like I say, I like to have that on in the background as a kind of almost kind of like a very pleasant white noise. There's just something about it I find very soothing. And yeah, now that I think about it, there are other ones that I also do find where I have that same effect, where it's like a video of it's a rainy day, but you're like inside, I don't know, you're like underneath a lean-to, or just inside like a comfortable room, something like that. And it's that same kind of effect of like that muffled patter of rain on windows. There are other ones. Weirdly, there's like Minecraft themed ones as well, where it's sort of like your character is standing under some kind of shelter, and it's raining outside. You just have like that rain sound effect in Minecraft, except of course you're indoors, so it doesn't quite sound very crisp. It's more sort of like muffled, but there's something really relaxing about it, and the way they do the visuals in them as well, where usually it's like a Minecraft scene at night, but with all like the lanterns and campfires and stuff, so it has that nice kind of very cozy glow to it. It is very clever. But yes, weirdly, it's the ear cleaning ones that I've encountered which seem to be the ones that really trigger ASMR properly for me. So strange. Don't know why that is. And what got sort of even weirder, that was also that sort of ASMR ear cleaning roleplay done by that Chinese lady. That one was a weird sort of gateway into me learning that apparently in parts of China, particularly I think Chengdu and that sort of area in Sichuan province, apparently there's like really old customs of ear cleaning or something like that, ear hygiene. And apparently in parts of Chengdu, like in the old sort of quarters and in certain parks, things like that, you like sit down in a sort of outdoor cafe restaurant or whatever, and there are literally guys who will wander around with literally ear cleaning kits, and if you pay them, they will literally do an ear cleaning on you there and then, which does make you question how hygienic that is, because obviously if they're out and about, like how are they sterilising and cleaning their equipment? But like, you know, having been recommended that ASMR ear cleaning roleplay video, and then having watched it, there were a few videos to do with that started coming up. So ones where, for example, tourists in China, vloggers, have sort of filmed themselves having these sort of traditional Chinese ear cleaning things where they're just out and about. They're in like a park somewhere and they just sit down to have some tea at a cafe, an outdoor cafe, and then basically they see a guy or two wandering around with like their little sort of ear brushes and picks and things, and they just say, yeah, come on over, can I film it? And yeah, they let them. And it's so weird because it's like they say it feels weird but also relaxing. And then of course like these Chinese ear cleaner dudes, once they've like used their picks and things on the ear, they then like get out these tuning fork things. So it's like they have like a metal rod thing that they just gently insert into your ear, and then they like drum these tuning fork things against it. So it like, you sort of bongs, makes like that bonging noise, It's just so strange. I guess it's supposed to be like an oral massage. Not oral as in O-R-A-L, oral as in A-U-R-A-L. It's so strange, but yeah, I think I've just discovered a weird ASMR trigger and all that. Strange. Just thinking why, because like I said earlier, it's so subjective. You know, what works for one person probably won't work for the next person. But of course, there's plenty of people out there who, judging by the YouTube comments, do find that kind of thing weirdly relaxing, almost sleep-inducing. And apparently, like, looking at the comments, there's people who actually genuinely watch these videos to help themselves go to sleep at night, that kind of thing. If they have things like insomnia, stuff like that. So, don't get me wrong, not ragging on you if you enjoy that kind of thing, or anything. I'm just saying it's quite unorthodox and very peculiar. And you know what? Having sort of discovered my own ASMR trigger, I understand you now. I understand where you're coming from, where you say it's not a sex thing and you actually find it relaxing. I mean, granted, for some people it probably is a sex thing, let's be honest. Because here's the thing, right, about some of those, that I will say about some of those ASMR ear cleaning roleplay videos on YouTube. Typically, let's just say the presenters of them tend to be, A, they tend to be women, B, they tend to be very conventionally attractive, and C, obviously all ASMR YouTubers, they don't talk normally, they whisper, because of course they have to keep their voices low, because obviously the microphones are so sensitive. But there's something just about sort of these ones where you have the sort of women presenting it, some of whom really kind of doll themselves up, let's be honest. And of course, they whisper in a way that feels like not sexual, but certainly flirtatious at times, to put it that way. So, undeniably, for some people out there, I'm just saying, there will be people out there who are beating the meat to some of these videos, I feel. But again, you know what? If you do, I'm not judging. Look, you do you, okay? Nobody's being hurt. You're doing it in the privacy of your own home. Forget. It's your life, so I'm not going to judge you and all that. But, yeah, I can understand now, because, you know, I will admit, when I was sort of younger and a bit more ignorant, I always used to kind of joke that ASMR clearly has to be a sex thing, to put it that way, because I never really understood. But I suppose as I grew older, you know, grew into my 20s, I probably started realising that maybe it isn't for all people. And now, you know, having encountered those specific triggers that actually do relax me, I now understand that yes, for many people it won't be a sex thing. There will be genuine kind of relaxation from it. But yeah, let me know in the comments. Any ASMR lovers out there, what are your triggers? Are you sort of ear cleaning roleplay fans as well? Does that also do it for you? Or is it something else that does it for you, ladies and gentlemen? I guess it'll make for a topic of conversation in the comments if you want to take me up on that. Who knows? Alright, well I think that's enough for a podcast style episode. Facebook and Twitter links are down below, along with a link to my propagandist channel for anyone interested. If you enjoyed, a like's always appreciated. But other than that, join me for some more sometime soon. Goodbye everybody. Sorry, I'm in a rave about it because it just looks nice, okay? It looks pretty. I like it. I love a well-designed world. That's all I can say. Sometimes that's what I play these games for. It's like the shapes, the arches. No, it's the same before actually, before I can really straighten myself. I'm thinking about, you know, sort of backwards space content, maybe doing reaction videos rather, based on like the some of the cool room stuff. Seems like a place. To. But there are other channels, like the K-Pixel stuff, are probably quite interesting.